Anusha, how are you doing?
Hi, Kirti. I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing well too. So, what's happening around? What's going on?
Happening so many things happening. My launches, my course, my clients. Yes, going good. Everything is going good. Great to
Okay,
know
so
that.
let me begin with a short introduction of you. Anisha Gurti is a freelance copywriter and a copywriting coach. She helps businesses to give words to their thoughts and turn those words into revenue. Having a 5+ years of experience in the copywriting industry, she has helped nearly 30 plus people to start their own copywriting business. She writes a copy that allows brands to target the perfect audience, leading to better conversions. She has her own course that is Profitable Copywriters Academy, in which one can learn techniques of copywriting and landing the first client. I will drop all the related details in the description below. A warm welcome to you, Anusha, on Journeyteaches.
Thank you so much, Kirti, for having me here. It's a honor for me. Thank you so much, and I so love your channel and your initiative. You're so young, and people will get motivated with all your content in your YouTube, basically.
Thank you so much. So let me begin with the very first question. What are the types of copywriting in the industry and what are the various categories it works well for?
So copywriting is something what I feel is copywriting is a skill that every single person needs to know, because it's a life skill is what I always feel. And there are different kinds of copywriting styles that you see all around, in your life. Basically, maybe it's an advertisement in the TV, or in the hoardings advertisements, or you see some advertisements in the social media, Facebook advertisements. All these things are copywritings, basically. If you write the description, in the YouTube channel, that is also copywriting. Copywriting is something that drives someone to ask someone to take action. So that is the thing. And there are different kinds of copywritings. Maybe we have podcast scripts, we have newsletters, we have YouTube scripts, and we have so many things like landing pages, sales pages. All these things comes under copywriting gigs. And yes, this is not praised as content writing. So this is not praised like praise per praise per word, a kind of a thing. It is like we charge as per the project. So yes, copywriting is really a growing industry, because it is a $18 billion industry already. So yes, every single industry or every single company needs copywriting. So yeah.
That's true. Copywriting is really necessary for every kind of business and every kind of brand, whether for its establishment or for its growth.
Exactly.
Okay. So, how is the art and science of creating a copy different from content writing or even content marketing? What more aspects has copywriting to itself?
So there are a lot of difference between content writing and copywriting, basically. So content writing is something you write to engage people, like the blogs or something. To you engage people, right, with content writing. Whereas copywriting is like you persuade the action, you evoke emotions. There are different psychologies that you need to understand before writing a copywriting. Basically, if you write a copy, you need to understand the personality of a person. You need to understand what is the brand about, how to create unique selling point, how to write features over benefits over features, and all those things. So that is the reason it includes a lot of art and science. When I say art and science of copywriting, these are the things that includes in the copywriting things. So yeah, content writing is something used for engagement, and content marketing is something that you market the content. So there is a lot of difference. Yes.
Okay, absolutely. So, what are some strategies or the secret formula for creating a good copy, keeping in mind the different associated factors for it?
Great. So it's a nice question. Thanks for asking this question. So, there are a lot of things that you need to understand before writing a copy, as I mentioned, because, you will have, say, for example, if someone wants to buy a product from you, you will have different kinds of people. Say, for example, Pampers, someone is selling Pampers. We will take the example of Pampers. So there are different kinds of, audience will be there to buy the Pampers, but the main intention for the Pampers is to evoke the emotion of caring. Who buys the Pampers is parents who wants to care their baby, who wants to, feel comfort, right? So that is the, emotion. If you see Pampers advertisement, that is the emotion they evoke. Okay. And there is a lot of things that involves, like, every single, person have different kinds of, mentalities. So in the customers, in the buyers, in the audience, you will see, rebels who always need some comedy kind of a thing. And also you see a kind of, they are so much, they are into social proofs. So that is the reason you see in the landing pages and everything, you see a lot of social proofs, like talking about testimonials. If you see a app advertisement, or if you want to download an Instagram, what you see, the first thing you will see the, the rating and the, testimonials from the audience, or from the people who downloaded it, from the users, say for example. So that is the thing, you need to understand the project basically, and then you need to write. For example, I have mentioned about the emotion evoking, like they are called hearts. So they want something like, which connects, which is so emotional. So that kind of copy needs to be written, which evokes the emotion that your product, what pain points that your product is going to solve. So these are the things that you need to understand before writing a copy. So yes, I hope I answered for your question.
Absolutely, including and understanding the audience is quite much important, because including what type of content that audience wants. For example, the humorous content or that content that evokes our emotions, that is so important. Rightly said.
Exactly.
Okay. So, is there any particular structure or organization for creating an effective copy?
Well, yes, as I mentioned, there are different kinds of formulas that you can use to write a copy. Like, say for example, there is a storytelling. So we all grow up from, listening different kinds of stories, right? So the princess and the, all these stories, Cinderella story, all these stories. So people love listening to stories, but you need to understand whether your audience really like or not. So there are different kinds of formulas, like, storytelling, ida, which grabs the attention, attention grabbing kind of a formulas, PPP formula. There are different kinds of formulas while writing the, exact kind of, the copy. You need to understand, as I mentioned, the main thing that you need to know is you need to understand the product so well. What are the features it is, what are the benefits that your audience are going to get with your product, what is the gap that you're going to fill with the features that you have in the, audience. So after that, once you understand all these things, you will create a unique selling point, and then you start writing a copy. So yes, you need to understand the sciences behind it to write a copy. It's not that, you see something out there and you just rewrite it in your own way. No, that is not a copy. That will not work anyway. That will not give you conversion. You need to understand your product and the personality better, and then you start writing it.
Absolutely, we have to first quite understand the science and the logic behind it. Otherwise, we'll be just copying and pasting other people's work.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So, how do we turn or relate the emotions and thoughts as you described with those words that generate revenue and that actually lead to conversions, and actually convince people to take the necessary actions which is desired from them?
Great. It's a great question again. I'm loving your questions, basically. So, once you understand the project, once you understand what audience need, and once you understand what is the gap that you're going to fill, you need to understand the audience kind of words that they use. Okay, so for example, Zomato, you can see Zomato or advertisements all over in YouTube. What they see is like eat it when you like, what you like, or something like that. Because we're all foodies, we love food. Every single person love food. Maybe you like chicken, I like paneer, but still we don't want to, when someone says diet, that is like a thing that we say, yeah, no dieting or nothing. But this, the Zomato is evoking the emotion in such a way that we want to eat something that we want to eat. It's not that someone comes to you and tell you that only eat salads, only eat, go for soups, do this, do that. No. So that is the emotion Zomato is evoking, right? So understand your audience psychology, and then before writing it, if you can prepare the bios of persona, you will understand what kind of words that your audience are using, and then use those words in your copy, like power words. So for example, you see so many things, so now all over the sale is happening, Amazon sale and all these things are happening. What they will do is extra happiness sale. So they Amazon recently, they just extended their sale, and they told us like extra happiness sale, buy now, only this, limited period. These are the power words. So you need to use these power words in your copy to make the copy even more better. So that's how you evoke the emotions, that's how you create the FOMO, like fear of missing out. So that is the, then the audience will get oh no, I don't want to miss this, this is a great opportunity, I have to buy it by any chance. That is the reason when you see recently, if you can see the news, the Flipkart in this season got so many sales. They are just keeping the trucks over there, they're unloading, they're not even unloading the all the products, because the sale, they are utilizing it in such a way that they evoke the emotions. So the desire that we want, it is we want to fill that desire, right? So every human being have different kinds of desires. Once we fulfill the safety, security and all the basic needs, we have different kinds of desires. So if you understand your audience desire, if you understand what your audience are looking for with your product, how can you fill the gap, then you can write these kinds of words in your copy and evoke the emotions to make it a better copy, and thus it will convert. Yes.
Absolutely, such a brilliant answer. And I loved how you stated this example with the help of currently ongoing examples of Amazon and Flipkart, and it was really awesome. And the usage of power words really add like is a cherry on the cake in your copy.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about a kind of plagiarism that often takes place in this industry.
Great. So yes, plagiarism is something like every single person the newbies are doing. Say for example, my thought is different on this, my take is different on this. There is nothing that you create originally from your side, basically, in this internet era. There is no things that you're going to create. Might have told this already, but you need to create something, that idea, you need to pick that idea, but you need to create in your own way. Otherwise the plagiarism is something that you can't just copy someone's idea, you just can't copy someone's copy and paste it in your copy, and you can't tell them that that is yours own copy. That is called a plagiarism, and there are different kinds of plagiarism people do. It's like complete plagiarism, copy pasting and using those words, all these things. So to avoid that, try to understand the project, try to understand the subject, try to understand what your audience are looking for, and write something on your own way. I don't say that you can't you can ask me, Anusha, if you say something, there something might have spoken about it. The idea is there already in this internet era. You can't expect that to create your own idea in your own way. Of course people are there, but still, somewhere something is there. But you need to pick those ideas and understand what the writer is telling, and then write it in your own way to avoid the plagiarism. Otherwise it would be a really mess, and there are so many consequences if the other person will can book a case on you, file a case on you, and there are a lot of consequences that you need to face if you don't do that.
Absolutely, this is so true. In this era, we can't think of a very unique idea. Like whatever we thought of, that is already present in the world by some way or the other. What we can do is just by adapting it and working on it in our own way. This is all
Exactly.
what we can do. Exactly. So, how does the client journey or the roadmap looks like in this industry of copywriting?
Well, you can hire, or you can acquire a client on different platforms. Basically, as a copywriter, you can reach to your friends, your friends or their families if they have any business, or people around you, or you can reach out to your schools and tell them that I'm doing a copywriting, I can write it for your website, I can write a website copy. And you can add you can be a member of different kinds of Facebook groups. There are very, very good Facebook groups out there which are helping us to get or acquire clients. And you can create, I always preach to my students to create something on your own in your social media platforms. Have a page, create something, whatever talk about it in your own page, so that people will get eyeballs on you, right? So that you can definitely reach out to people saying that hey, I am so and so, and I got this, and I have it, and I can help you to scale your business. Then people definitely will every one of us needs some way or the other way, we need help, right? So definitely will people can hire you. So that is where you will get a onboard a client. So onboard, or you get a prospect. So once you get a prospect, you just fix a call with them and have a discovery call to understand better about what they are looking for. How can you help them? Explain in a good way that what are the services that you have, and what is the gap that your client is having, and how can you fill that gap. And once the discovery call is happen, have the send them a business proposal, send them a contract, and all these things will happen. After that, once all these things happens, what you need to do is book a strategy call. In the during the strategy call, you can have give them a clear picture and how he can work with you. What are the things that you are going to help him with? How what is the communication that you're going to give? When can he expect the end result? When can he expect the end product? What is going to happen? So I always tell to my students, like communication is the key. It is a very, very important thing between you and your client. So have a clear roadmap. Tell them, first step is this, second step is this. After a strategy call, this is going to happen. After this, once we are done with the project, send them a offboarding, a message, or something like that. That will make the client a very good, that will give a very good experience with you, and they will come back to you, or otherwise they will definitely recommend you. So yeah, that's the roadmap that you can create with your client.
Very well expressed from the discovery call and how to actually ace it and how to present yourself as a copywriter in the discovery call. So it's really amazing. Okay. So, alongside writing a good copy, how do we convince the clients to work with us in the field of copywriting?
That's a great question again. So, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have a great, strong communication skills, and tell them that, what is the bridge that you're going to, fill them. So they need to realize they need, or, I mean, so I mean, if you can ask me, few people don't know what is the copywriting, and copywriters can help them to scale business. So you come to a picture, you come to a picture, to this picture, and tell them that this is how you're going to help them, this is how you're going to help them scale their business. Once they hire a copywriter, they can understand, so these are the things I'm lacking, so this person is going to help me with this. So you need to convince them in such a way. It's not convincing, like, you need to make them understand. Not everyone can understand that my job is done. So I have written, about me page, about something, and something in my landing page, it will not work in that way. So as a copywriter, what are the gaps it's there in their landing page, what are the gaps in their website. You need to tell them in such a way that they need to understand, okay, these are the gaps and these are the conversions that I can get from this. So you need to make them understand the gaps and that where you are going to fill it. So that's how you can convince the client. Because if someone wants to someone comes to a discovery call, is a prospect for you for sure. They need something from you. So if you can convince that, or if you can tell them that in such a way that your services will definitely help them, or take the pressure out of them, or give them some more time for marketing all these things, definitely they're gonna hire you for sure.
Absolutely. If one is thinking that copywriting needs you to only be good and exceptional in writing, that's not true. We need to have good communication skills as well. That's
Exactly.
really
Exactly.
important. Absolutely. So, what niches do copywriting actually cover? Like related to email marketing, website building, it can be landing pages and blogs, etc.
So there are so many things, Kirti, basically, but I recommend people, initially as a newbie, don't stick to one niche. Once you start exploring so many niches, say for example, I have 5 years of experience in copywriting field, but I have written to so many niches, like I have written for interior designing, I have written for coaches, I have different like South I have written for. Then I realized, IT industry is not for me. I have written that as well, but still, I don't feel that kick of writing, something for, IT. So I'm just not doing it anymore. Now, I'm helping coaches. I'm helping, new enterprise, entrepreneurships, and, the products and all those things with me. So once you start working with exploring different kinds of industries, you will understand what interests you more. So if you, so for example, if you ask me, Anusha, I want to write for lifestyle industry. Okay, once you start writing for the lifestyle industry, at some point you may get bored, at some point you may don't like it. So but you stick to yourself, and told yourself that I am very niche specific, and I want to write only for the lifestyle industry. That will not happen, right? So you may want to work with coaches, you may want to work with IT industry as well. So as a newbie, don't stick to I want to write only with this kind of an industry. Explore whatever clients that are coming in your way. Write different kinds of copy so that you can understand what interests you the most, and then pick one niche after 1 or 2 years of your experience.
Absolutely. Deciding on to a niche is not like compulsory for the time being, for especially for a newbie. We can experiment and play around as much as we want.
Exactly.
Okay. So how is copywriting actually related to the marketing aspects of it?
So, well, I ask you, so for example, I just want to give a live example with you. So I come and I'll tell you, Kitty, I have this pen. Can you buy? Do you buy it? Do you buy it?
I will not buy as of now, but if you will make me understand, then I'll buy it.
Exactly. 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 That's my point. So if now I come to you and I can tell you, so say Kirti, this is like, a pen which is very well designed and it is a blue ink pen. It will help you to write so well. It will help you to keep things in place, and this is very very helpful for you in your future. You can write exams or you can write notes with this and all those things. Then if you buy it or not, you will buy it or not.
Absolutely. If like you have explained it so much better, telling all its features, I will absolutely buy it, ignoring the cost and everything.
Exactly, that's what copywriters do. So we tell to audience about the product in such a way by using the words and tell them, evoke emotions and tell them that these are the benefits that you're going to get with this product. So the copywriters are, I call copywriters are wordsmiths. I call copywriters are definitely marketers, because it's not that direct marketing, but whatever you buy, in whatever way you buy, you go to that product and you understand the product. So any new product that comes in your way, you go it and you look into it, and then only you will buy it. Otherwise you don't buy it, right? So those words are written by a copywriter. So the copywriters are plays a very very crucial role in any kind of industry and any kind of marketing techniques that are there in the market. So yeah, copywriters are the wordsmiths.
Absolutely. I just appreciate your examples and you're such a lively person.
Thank you.
Okay. So, what advice would you like to give to aspiring freelance copywriters out there who want to excel at this art and produce words that sell?
Great. So I would definitely tell every single copywriter is copywriting is not that you need to have a very very high grammatical or high very high level of language or something like that. If you know the basic skills, if you know the basic grammar, then come to this industry. But please don't expect overnight you will become a star. It will take some time. You need to understand the product well. You need to understand the skills of copywriting well, so that you can write a good copy, so that you can provide a value to your audience, basically, to your clients, basically. Say for example, it's not only writing, right? So you need to show show the results to your clients. That will happen only once you understand everything. But whoever wants to come to the industry, please come to the industry. Copywriting is a very very growing industry, because every single after pandemic we can see so many new industries, new businesses are coming, right? So every single business needs copywriters. If there is no copywriter, they can't can't establish their own business, can't establish their own website, can't establish their own social media presence. All these things will happen only with the copywriters. So please come to the industry, but understand how industry works, understand how you need to write a copywriting and all those things. And yes, all the very best to all the aspiring copywriters out there. So because I can see, Kirti, there are so many students who even I'm a 90s kid, but at our era, what is there, like we need to study well to get a good job. But now people like you, 18s, 19s, 17s, because I have a student who is just 17 years old. She is not even 18, 17 years old. She learned copywriting with me, and she has bought her own MacBook Air, and she is like she is paying her own college fees. She is helping their parents, and she is earning almost 50 to 60,000 per month. So all these I when I see these kinds of people like you, I feel so proud of this generation, basically, because you're not wasting your time in your social media. You're actually putting some efforts to build something on your own, right? So I'm really loving it, basically. So yeah, this is the thing that I just wanted to share with you.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words, and it absolutely means a lot for every youngster and every aspiring copywriter out there. Okay. So what are the ongoing rates or payments, the average for the copywriter in this industry?
So when it comes to the content writing, they will, charge price per word, like 30 paise, 50 paise per word, or 1 rupee per word. But when it comes to copywriting, you need to charge as per the project. Say, for example, if you're writing a newsletter, you can charge anywhere between 300 rupees to 500 rupees per newsletter. If you are writing for a video script for a video YouTuber, you can charge anywhere between 500 to 1000 rupees. If you are writing a sales page, you can charge anywhere between 5,000 to 15, 20, 30,000. Depends upon the niche, depends upon the industry, depends upon the product. So there is no limit, because I can see people who are earning six figures with copywriting, and just by doing as a side hustle itself. So yes, there are so many pricing ranges are there. So once you come to the industry, you will understand. But please don't charge, price per word for copywriting.
Absolutely. It really depends upon a lot of factors like the project, timelines, the kind of
Yes.
niche, and the kind of experience you have and everything related. Okay. You want to talk more about your academy and all the things?
Definitely, yes. Thanks for giving this opportunity as well. So, I have an academy where I teach Profitable Copywriters Academy, where I teach the basics, from the basics to advanced level. I teach about how to evoke emotions, how to write power words, how to write features over benefits, and I teach how to write a newsletter, how to write a landing page, how to write a email sequences, how to write ad copies, and the very very high paying gig is white papers. So I also teach white papers as well. So we have 30 people inside this academy already, and who are earning as a side hustle. We have doctors, we have mothers, we have students, and we have so many people who are doing amazingly well. And yes, this is something about, I'm very very proud of, because it's all my experience. I have 5 years of experience. All my experience is there inside the academy, and a part of all these things, they will have access to me. They can talk to me every single week. We have a calls, we have weekly calls, Tuesday evening 7 p.m. We have weekly office hour calls, where we will discuss about their struggles. And yes, this is something I'm so proud about, basically. Yes.
I can really feel the vibe and your excitement through your words and your facial expressions. So I will drop the details and the link in the description below. Do check
the
them out.
joy the joy of giving, the joy of creating new copywriters is something, a next level, basically. So that's the reason behind this, basically. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's so true. So thank you so much, Anusha, for coming here and sharing your experiences and your take on this amazing field of copywriting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kriti, for having me here, and I'm so proud of doing so amazingly well, and a 19-year-old who is killing it. Basically, I was like, what happening? Like, I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much for inviting me. And I hope this, inspires some more people to come to the industry, apart from sticking to that old doctors, engineers kind of a thing. So yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much.
So this is so good, Kirti. I'm so loving it. Basically, you are a very such a great host. Basically, you can connect with people very easily, and it is so easy to communicate with you. Basically, so I'm so loving it. So loving it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.